Hi, this is going to be a very different video. This is about something to do with the basic video editing technique using the DaVinci Resolve editing suite. This is on request by a few of my friends where they wanted to know how we add these annotations in the video and how we zoom and all. It's a very basic video. Without wasting much of a time, let me start off quickly. This is the window screen of the edit page in Resolve. This is how it looks. In the bottom, we have multiple small icons and each of them have a different function to do. So there are 7 tabs here, and the first one is the media page, second is the cut page, third is the edit page which we are using now, which is open now. Then we have a fusion page which is used for 3D rendering, for color correction, for audio recording and editing, and lastly we have the deliver page. That's for the final output. Now moving on, let me try to just describe the edit page window now. So we have multiple segments in this video. So the first segment on the left top right corner is the media pool. And the center one, we have the preview monitor where the clippings in the timeline are being played. On the right upper quadrant, we have an inspector. And the left side bottom, we have a toolbox, which is turned on only when we turn on the effects icon. This panel has got video transition, audio transition, titles, effects, etc. So when I click on title, the title subpanel is open and we can add text directly from this to the timeline. This is the timeline on which the editing is to be done. So let me begin quickly by showing how to add a title. The first thing we need to do is to ensure that the effects icon is turned on. It has to be clicked to turn it on. It becomes highlighted when it is on. Then only our panel which shows the title gets open. Then we click on the title and then the title pane opens up. And then we have different styled titles to be used. Just drag it and drop it on the timeline where you want the title to be. And then you can just type on the title which you want to add here. And these words can again be, the font size can be changed. It can again be zoomed in and zoomed out. And these are all the options which are available in the panel. You can play around and decide what is best for you. So the panel which all these things are done, it's the inspector panel where all these changes are being done. So you've got multiple options to change the size, the look of the titles, and to add any animations on it. So that's always going to be your personal taste. Moving on, as the title suggests, let us try to understand how we can zoom on the clipping here. The red box around the clip suggested that the clip is selected. So whatever changes we are doing is going to be for this particular clip itself. So again, in the top right hand corner inspector, we have a panel called as a transform. We have a panel of cropping, zoom, etc. So suppose if you want to zoom in, so I'm selecting the zoom button here. And we can increase the zoom or decrease the zoom by just playing on these parameters. So the extent of zoom you can decide and keep it that way. There is another option called as the dynamic zoom. This is the header which needs to be selected. And once we click on it, we have an option of zooming in gradually or zooming out. So this we can choose depending on your personal taste, whether you want to zoom in or zoom out. Then there is an option of keyframe zooming. This is how it is done. You select the points where you want the animation to occur. So this is typically used when you want to zoom in only at the center of a clipping. So you want to highlight some issue there. So the clip is playing and suddenly at this particular point only you want the zoom to come in. So that is when you click the zoom and decide on the amount of magnification you want. And the zoom in happens only at this particular moment in the clip. So this is what we call as a keyframe zooming in, and this adds a little bit of attraction to the video. The next option we have is the cropping, and we can, as the name suggests, we just want to crop out the things which we don't want to be in the image, and it is just as we regularly use in any of your photo editing software. You crop it and it just zooms in. The next common question is, how do we add arrows? Unfortunately, we don't have any inbuilt arrows in the editing software itself. We need to download it from Google Images. We need to type out for transparent arrow images, and we have this option. And I've already downloaded few of them. And these arrows are to be first dragged into the media pool, and then from the media pool, it is to be added onto the timeline. It is to be noted that this clip will be above the primary clip. It's a layer on the existing clip which we're having. Clip of the arrow is going to be a layer. It is the second clip and it will be sitting above the original basic film clip which we have here. Now once the clip is laid on it, we have the option of moving around the clip and placing it at the exact point where we want. Again, to do this, first the arrow clip has to be selected. The red line along the clip indicates that this is selected. Now we go on to the transform page on the right hand side in the inspector panel, and here we have the option of changing the position, rotating it and putting it exactly where we want. So we have the option of zooming in and zooming out. We have the moving the arrow in the X meridian, Y meridian, and also we have the option of rotating it so that we can place it exactly at the point where that is to be highlighted. The common question is, how can we add a circle? There are multiple ways in which circle can be added in this software, but we are going to show you the simplest ways by which we can add a circle or a square or a rectangle. So we go to the effects panel, select the title clip, and then drop the title clip on the film clip on which you want to draw a circle. Delete all the letters. Now go down in the panel. There is a section called as background. In here, we have an option of creating a background. This background option can be used to draw a circle, square, a rectangle, whatever you want. You have an option of increasing the height, width, changing the diameter, radius, all these options are there. Then we go in and decrease the opacity part of it so that it becomes transparent, leaving only the outline. There is an option of an outline which needs to be clicked, and the width of the outline has to be sufficient enough to be visible. This can be used to whatever shape we want. We can make it as a circle, make it an oval, rectangle, whatever you use, and then go back to the transform panel, and here we're going to position it exactly the area where we want to highlight something. This is an area where I'm suspecting a fibrotic or calcific capsule, and this is where I want this oval circle to be there, and we can position it there and the job is done. So these were few tips on how to use the edit panel on the DaVinci Resolve, and all these things are available in the Resolve website. We have got multiple videos on how to use each of these tabs. Only thing is we need to have a decently spec'd computer so that it can run seamlessly. Otherwise, it's going to slow down the workflow. I learned editing by looking up in the internet and in the YouTube videos, and there are a lot of videos on most of the editing softwares, and these features are available on most editing softwares, whether it be on Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere or Resolve. You just search and you'll find them. And this is how I learned. And I'd like to thank my editor, Mr. Gundappa, for putting up this video for us. And that's it. Thank you for watching and hope you found this helpful.